Hello, and welcome to 1.4 Translating Algebraic Expressions. So, here we're talking about keywords and phrases. So for addition, you'll see different words like sum, or maybe total. These are all means all together. These mean addition. There's other ones like plus, added to, and increase. Those are just some of them. There might be more. And maybe in class we'll talk about if we come up with some other ones. Subtraction. We have take away. Another phrase for subtraction. Minus. Decrease. Difference. Deduct. That one's not used a whole lot. We could do less, fewer, and as we work through the class, we might come up with, again, other ones. These are just some of them that will come up that are expressions for add, subtract, and multiplication. We have product. Product. Times. That's the one that's used the most. Multiplied by. Double. Double. An example of double would be like, that's like 2 times x. Or another word for it would be twice. Could have, going along with double, you could have triple. Triple means 3 times whatever. Now with division. Division we have quotient. Ooh, that's such a good word. Divide. That's a common one. Half. Half would be like dividing by 2. You could do a third. Same thing. You're dividing by 3. Fourth, fifth, it goes all the same. Goes into. That's an unusual one for division, but it can be used. If you ever see something that says how many times, or something like split it up, how many times can you split? These are all good division words. All right, parenthesis phrases. So these are ones that you are going to use parentheses, grouping symbols. So these would be squared. Just kidding, not squared. These would be quantity of, that's what, quantity of, or sum of, or a difference of, quotient of. You see these phrases and you're going to use parentheses with them. Turnaround phrases. These are phrases that it's kind of what comes after the words is actually first. So something like less than. This would actually be like, here's a common one that would be used, like 4 less than 10. That would be 10 minus 4. The 4 is after. If you know it's written first, we use it after. Another one would be from. 4 is subtracted from 10, so it still is 10 minus 4. Other common phrases you could see. So with powers, we have squared, which is like whatever variables to the second power, exponent of 2. Or cubed is a common one. That would be exponent of 3. You could have square roots. You could have cube roots. So it's just like a square root, except there's a little 3 in that little pocket there. And so these are all these words that are going to be used in mathematical sentences. So we have to take these mathematical sentences and we are going to make them actual expressions. So the product of a number and 3. So the product, you see that, where's product? Product means multiply. Product of, though, could mean that we use product of, that's multiplying, and then we got a number, we don't know what a number is, so that's going to be our x, so this is multiply x. If you don't like x, you can use a different number, and 3, so we're going to multiply 3 times x. And if you don't like x, you can use any letter you would like. Difference between a number, difference, that's a key word there. Difference, subtraction between a number and 10. So that is not one of those turnaround words, so it's a number. So if you want to use a different letter, like a, so it's a minus 10. Quotient of a number and 5. So quotients are key word there. And we have, and I know that this is quotient of. It was similar up here with product of. You could put parentheses around them, and that's okay. Not needed because there's nothing else incorporated here besides like what a number is. So I'm just going to use a and negative 5. Quotient of, so the first thing that is said is going to be your numerator. So it's a, and the next thing is going to be your denominator. So we can write it like that as a fraction, so a divided by negative 5, or you could write it a divided by negative 5. Either way, cool with either one. All right, 4 subtracted from a number. So subtracted from, so when you see that from, then we're going to actually flip it around. So a number, so put any number you want in there, letter a, and we're going to switch this. So it's a subtract 4. Sum of a number and 7. So sum of a number, so sum, we're going to use that. So that's addition. Twice. Sum of twice a number. Twice a number, that means 2 times, and if we're going to use, I'll just use a again. So that'd be 2a. So the sum of a number and 7. So we do the sum of a number and 7. So that means we're adding a number, 2a, twice a number, and 7. So 2a plus 7. So next one, product of a number and 10 increased by 1. So the product of a number, so again, any letter you want. If you want it to be G, you can make it G. And 10, so the product of a number and 10, so we're going to multiply those two together. So it's going to be 10 times G, or G times 10, 10G, and we're going to increase it. Increasing is addition. So add 1. So add 1. I should probably circle my answers. I'd like you to circle your answers when you have them. All right, next one, number 7. So it's 4 less than. Ooh, that less than. That's the turnaround one. Those are the ones that are going to be switched. So it's a number squared. So a number squared and 4. And we're going to switch those. Less than is subtraction. So it'll be number squared subtracting 4. So anytime you see that less than, always make sure to switch it. Twice a number divided by 5, number 8. Twice a number, so that's going to be 2x, or 2a, or 2g, or 2c, divided by 5. So that's another, divided by, that's another one, divided by 5. So you can either write it like that, or you could do a 2x divided by 5. Either one's okay with me. All right, number 9, the sum of twice a number and 10 is 36. So these are now equations. Equations, anytime you look for the is, that is the equal sign. So what comes before it is before the equal sign, and what comes after is after the equal sign. So looking before the sum of, so summing twice a number and 10, so adding 10, equals 36. So that's 2x plus 10 equals 36. 3 times the difference of a number and 7 is, so I first look for the equal sign, is. So now we're going to go before the equal sign. 3 times the difference of a number and 7. Break that down a little bit. 3 times the difference. So it's the difference of a number and 7. So a number and 7 is a number, and the difference is subtracting. We need to 3 times the difference. So we need to take that difference first. So, and the key word there that I was looking at, and I didn't really talk about it, but the difference of. So when you see that of, you got to put the parentheses around the number and 7. So we do number and 7 equals 18. So 4 times a number divided by 8 is 4, or is 3, is. So that's your equals. 4 times a number, 4 times a number divided by 8 is 3. So 4 times a number divided by 3. Next we have, I see another is here. That's going to be your equals. So 5 times the sum of a number and 6. So we have sum of, careful with that. So 5 times, so that's 5 multiply. So 5 times the sum of, we're going to use parentheses, a number and 6 is 48. All right, number 13, we get into, there's no more is, there's not an is, now it's a less than. Less than, so we have less than or equal to. You also have greater than and greater than or equal to. The equal to part is the equation, equal sign. That's what the little line underneath means. It's equal. It could be equal to it also. So we're looking for those words now. So you see those words, 1/2 of a number, and 1/2 of a number is 8 less than the number itself. One half a number, so 1/2 a number, or you could do it half a number, cut it in half, divided by 2, is, I do still see that is 8 less than the number itself. Oh, less than the number itself. So maybe we'll disregard this. It's good to know for the future. Less than, we're going to go back. What does the less than mean? Less than is the turnaround phrase. So 8 less than the number itself, so x minus 8. So the number itself, you got to use the same number. So if I use x here, got to use x here. I guess the difference, these should be is less than, is greater than, and that's why it kind of is confusing. There'd have to be an is right here for it to be an inequality. All right, the product of a number and 3. So product is multiplying a number, so any letter you want, and 3. So 8 times 3 is, there's your is, so it's equals. So now we have 3a equals the same as the sum of that number and 6. So the same as, that just means it's equals the sum of that number, so we don't know the number, but it's going to be sum of the number, that's a, it's same number, and 6. 15 decreased by the quotient of a number and 3 is, that's the equal sign. 15 decreased by the quotient of a number and 3. Where's decreased by? Where is that one? Decreased is subtraction. So let's look. So that's just subtraction, no turnaround. So it's 15 minus, so it's 15 subtracting the quotient, that's division. Next two things that are coming up are what we're going to divide by, so a number and 3. So 15 by the quotient of a number and 3 is 20. 4 less than, look back, less than is the turnaround. So I'm going to turn it around. 4 less than, so 4 is going to come after the product. Product means multiply of a number, any letter you want, and 7. So product of 7 and a minus 4 is, search for that is equal sign, 8 more than that number. So 8 more than is addition, so it's 8 more than a number, so yeah, it's the exact same number, so 8 more than the number. And we will continue these in class.